We're not borrowing that again, by the looks of it.
Cheers. Is that your first ever one?
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy.
We are 6 minutes away from delivering £10,000 worth of check. Stops, We're not borrowing that again, by the looks of it.
Cheers. Is that your first ever one?
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy.
Hello. How is everyone? Oh, I need to snap this back into place. There we go, it's better. Tom, what's up? What else we got? We got Mike, we have Les, we've got Julie, we have Devils, we have Ruth. How are we doing? Oh, this week has just gone flown by. You knocking me or someone else? And he is like a delivery driver out or something, but Carter hasn't heard anything because he's not barking his head off. You're more than welcome, Devils. You'd have to thank Mum for that. So Candy is when she's not on annual leave, is the primary person that deals with all of our instant wins in terms of the cash payments. And then between Candy and Chris, they're the ones that deal with getting your physical prize out to you. So Mum communicates with Chris, and yeah, we get our prizes sent out. But when it comes to cash payments between Monday and Friday, 9 to 5 p.m, so we try and do it within office hours. We ooh, is he struggling to turn around? Sorry, I could just hear skidded or something out in the street because I got the window open. It's a bit warm when you've got well, it's not warm outside, but it is when you have a PC that is literally like just off screen. It is rather toasty. But yeah, between those two, they're the ones primarily get your instant wins out. But either way, we don't mess around when it comes to instant win, cash, or cash alternatives. Don't be an Alan tonight. Yeah, we don't mess around with that. Well, and also if you live like local to us or semi-local to us, and your prize is ready, so if we have it in stock, for example, like the Creator PC, you just reminded me there, Julie. As I say, got the pleasure of meeting Ross, and he got to come down and pick his prize up the following day. Yeah, so it was good to see him. Yeah, went on Monday. Yeah, Monday, wasn't it? Picked up on Tuesday. Yeah, so got to meet him, and he definitely a great sense of humour. because he pinched like a wash your hand sign or something from wherever he was working and decided to write on it, better luck next time, Alan. But yeah, that was crazy. But it is what it is. We can't please everybody. We're probably one of the most transparent competition websites out there because all of our entry lists are pre-published. But even then, apparently it's the same winners winning all the time. But I'll go through how you can check that, and you can even do a little audit of us if you fancy it, doing it yourself. We do get repeat winners. We have had multi-winners. And that's down to how we operate in our customer services, I would like to factor in, and the community. A lot of people stay, a lot of people play, obviously, and those that are lucky enough to win instant wins will also potentially take cash alternatives, and they re-inject that into competitions. More tickets equals more chances. But in that same breath as well, whilst we're on the subject of purchasing tickets and stuff, please play responsibly. Enjoy your time here at Com City Giveaways. We get so many 1 to 5 ticket winners week in, week out. It's crazy. So as I say, you don't have to. Steve. How you doing, Sarah? You good? I'm gunning for a PC. Tom, good luck. There's still chances to win PCs instantly mined on this. So this ends Monday. The Flow RTX 5080 gaming PC is the main prize. But there are 5070 gaming PCs to find and win instantly on this as well. But if you're on about this one, the odds look really good. It's currently under 50% sold, 10 pence an entry, and you can literally just carry this with you. Just mad. Alan was 2 in pay. Alan had been here 2 weeks. That's the crazy part. And then he says it's the same winners all the time. And the thing is, what you can do yourself. So I may as well show you whilst we're on the subject. So every time that a competition comes to an end and we've done the live draw for it, I put all the details on the site. So all the draw results, you can go back. Well, so there's 88 pages there since we started doing this. So you can go and see who's won. And so he was here for 2 weeks, right? So what's that? 4 draws. 4 draws, give or take. So no multi-winners here. So that's 1 draw. No same winners all the time here. That's 2 draws. No multi-winners here. That's 3 draws. 4 draws. I'll go back again. So yeah, you can have a look at yourself. But we do, now and again, we will get multi-winners in here. And we've got people who play all the time. Again, more tickets, more chances. But yeah, there's not many names that are repeating here as we go through. And I'm like 5 pages back. Ashley May, there we go. It's popped up. But yeah, it's quite funny. Alana. But it's not the same names all the time like he tried to state, which was quite, yeah, definitely an anagram. He was definitely an anagram that day. So yeah, you can literally go back and have a look. Our entry lists are always pre-published on the website, so I'm kind of jumping ahead a bit here. I'll kind of go through this, but entry lists you can literally view. So when a competition comes to an end, you can view here. So an entry list shows you what we're drawing for, total amount of tickets that should have sold. Now I say should have because we guarantee every single draw. Oh, Gaz, yeah, I know. Ray had a reply ready anyway. I knew, I had a sense that one was coming. Kind of glad it went to Google, although it would have been funny on Trustpilot either way. Trustpilot or Google, it is what it is. And yeah, entry lists will show you, who's entered. And we always pre-publish them. Now, because we guarantee every single if competitions don't sell out, whilst I'm on the subject of entry lists, you will see missing ticket numbers on the entry list if it hasn't sold out, basically. But I'll kind of touch on this in a moment. I normally have a rhythm and a pattern that I follow when I do these pre-live, so I'll go into that. How we doing, Harrison? We good? Sean, that's awesome. I love that as well. That's one thing I love about the community. Sometimes people aren't in for the particular competitions on a live draw, but 9 times out of 10, those same people will come in and wish the others luck as well, which I love. Like you said, you got the funds, you spend more, it gives you better chances. Yeah. If you're in a position that you can buy more tickets, by all means do so. But if you're not and you can only afford a ticket or two, then just buy a ticket or two. Yeah, probability wise, you might have slightly less chance than someone else who's got more tickets. But in fact, a good thing of probability actually is, and we'll use the 2 names. So we had Ross, what was the surname? What was Ross's surname? Because there's a couple of Rosses. Just so I can show you, because I think Alan had, I want to say 31 tickets. It is James, Ross James. Had 31 tickets. Ross did have more, so he spent like 80 odd quid, I think it was. £87.50, because it was 10 pence a ticket. So yeah, Ross had more tickets, 875, and then it was Alan Cunningham had 31, I want to say. 21, was it? Cunningham. Yeah, so 21 entries. So Alan Cunningham had 21 entries then versus 875. Now, Alan could have still won with those 21 entries. But Ross had more tickets, had a higher chance of winning. We've had legendary tech bundle winners. So we've got, I can remember some of the names. So we got Emma, who won with 4 tickets. We got John Blake is a huge standout winner of ours, because he's the only person who's won like the big legendary tech bundles that we do with 1 ticket. We had Dujan, who won with 25 entries, and that's when we did it. Like it was like 25 pence a ticket or something, or 15 pence a ticket. And it literally only takes 1 ticket, and it's down to, you know, RNG, so random number generator on the day. The website randomly allocates the numbers to you the moment you check out. We have no control over what numbers you're given. And if anybody saw, in fact, the day that these comps close, was it this one? Yeah. So if anyone saw this instant win competition, so this was the Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5 was the main prize, but there were also 5 chances to win the consoles and £50 store credit, and I think there were only 2 instant wins left. The comp was like 40% sold. So the majority of the instant wins were already won before that comp even sold out. So you just never know when comps are gonna close. You never know when comps are gonna drop the instant wins, regardless. This what was it? Under 5% sold, and Chris Baglin bagged a PC. Yeah, Christopher Baglin. So this comp, by the time that he'd found this, I checked the percentages basically of what it had sold, and this was like 4.6% sold. And Christopher Baglin found an instant win. So it's just goes to show you don't know when they're going to drop. So anyway, for those of you that don't know me, I'm going to run through the introductions. So I always like to introduce myself normally, but obviously we got onto the subject of Alan, Steve, Lisa, what's up? How we doing? Anyone else we got? Claire, Mike, Emsy, how we doing? Sarah, anyone else I've missed? Devils we had. Any new names? We've got Dan. That's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Julie, yeah, you did actually. One with 1 ticket. 1 ticket. Just gotta literally be in it to win it. That's all it is. And play with what you can afford. So, chat. Who am I? What is Com City Giveaways? Etc. 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 Well, first and foremost, I'm Scott. I'm one of the company directors and owners here at Com City Giveaways. So you've got this is a very small team. You've got myself and Ray. We are the owners and directors of Com City Giveaways, and we have been going since 2020. So we're a little shy of 5 years now. So our website officially launched on the 13th of December. Back in 2020. We have Mum, aka Candy, which some of you have had the pleasure of dealing with in terms of getting your instant win cash payments sorted, or any cash alternatives that you've opted for. That's 98% of the time is Mum, unless she's on annual leave. Chris, some of you have already had the joy of dealing with, as well, as he's the gent that gets your prizes sent out to you. So on pretty much every Wednesday. Now and again, if we're ordering direct from a supplier, you might get it ordered sooner. But general rule of thumb is all of our prizes ordered on a Wednesday, because we'll just, you know, for any Monday, Thursday draws, etc., it's easier to do it in the middle of the week. And Chris gets those sent out too. So that's our operations manager. So a close family-run team. If there are any questions that I don't particularly cover, I tend to go through the basics on these pre-lives and stuff as I'm talking to you. But there's an FAQ on the website that you can go through if there's anything that I might miss, or if you've got questions that you might not want to ask whilst we're on the live or the pre-live. So there's that. And I kind of explained how we pick our winners, but I'll go through it in the process of you entering a competition. I'll quickly touch on entry lists again. And I'm going to use this as an example. So this is ending tonight. The main prize for this competition is £5 cash, by the way. There's also still 4 chances to find and win £5,000 tax-free cash before this comp closes, and all comps under Quest ending and closing, excuse me, at 6 p.m. Now, that's with or without you. We don't extend here. We don't roll over. Every single competition has a guaranteed draw, regardless of how good or bad the comp has done. Now, how do you enter? So basically, find a competition that you want to get yourself entered in for. I'm going to use the Wicked Instant Wins comp as an example. So select how many tickets you want to pop in for this particular competition or whatever you're entering. Go through the checkout process. Once you've completed payment, you'll then be met with a thank you for your order page. That'll outline what the website's randomly allocated you in terms of tickets, and it'll tell you obviously how much you spent on that order. Now, if you're entering an instant win competition, all instant win competitions have an instant win table underneath them, which update automatically. So the moment that you check out, the moment that you check out, your name goes here. Say, for example, Jane Doe comes through, they complete payment, and they were lucky enough to have 25,100 in their basket. That means Jane Doe would have bagged an iPhone 17 Pro Max or 900 quid. Then Jane Doe's name goes here automatically. The beauty of these instant win tables is they update in real time. So if somebody wins something, boosh, your name appears here. Now, on that thank you for your order page, if you're lucky enough to bag an instant win, it will tell you there and then that you've won with whatever the ticket number is and what prize. But if you do miss that prompt, you will get a follow-up email automatically. So there's a separate instant win email which will outline what you've won and with what ticket number. Like I say, when comps come to an end or sell out early, the live draw entry lists are popped up. So under the entry list tab, any live draw comps that we're drawing for will pop up here. We've touched base on what they look like, and like I say, if there are any missing ticket numbers or anything, you will see them in the entry list because they haven't sold out. If they have sold out, obviously all the numbers would have been allocated to the customers. How do we pick our winners? Now, we use Google's RNG, so random number generator, and like I say, we also pre-publish all of our entry lists. So the reason that comps close an hour before we go live is it gives us a chance to get the entry list on the website for you guys to obviously look at. But yeah, to pick our winners, go to Google, type in a random number generator. I've just refreshed it. And this is what we use, Google's integrated RNG. Now, chat, I'm not drawing for anything, so you can give me any number range for this. So let me know what you want to see in here, and I'll show you how it works. Well, we've done something extremely similar. It's not all Secret Labs, but you've got the chair, the desk, decent monitors and stuff like that as well. And that's not performing that great. So if you can't support what's essentially like a Secret Lab setup with the monitor and everything else, I don't know if people would go for a Secret Lab setup, if that makes sense. It also depends on people's room and things like that. I get that as well. So yeah. Is it all or nothing on a tech bundle? What do you mean? Do you mean take it all, or yeah? For this particular tech bundle, it's either take the bundle or take $3.5 cash. We don't do the mix and match stuff anymore. One, it's an administrative nightmare, give or take, for the background of Comp City giveaways, but also for the customer experience. They could be away for 3-4 days, panicking and getting a bit anxious. Oh, what do I take? What do I not take? What do I take? And sometimes it would take us even longer for those conversations to go back and forth till someone decided what they want. So now we're just very, here's the prize, or you can take the cash. On the larger bundles, when we did like the in and out stuff, there were like 3 separate options. You could take the bundle entirely. You could take, or technically 4 actually. You could take the bundle entirely was one option. You could take the entire cash alternate was the second option. But then there was also, you could either, for example, take the bike and take we give you a cash out for the PC setup, or you could take the PC setup. We give you a cash for the bike kind of thing. So we sometimes do that. But you'll see that clearly outlined on a competition. But yeah, the mix and match stuff was just, it's not as smooth for both us as a business, but also the customer experience as well. So what numbers we got in? We got 32500 with Dan Jackson, and then we got all the 7s with Elite Strokes. So we got, how many is there? I think it was 9. So chat, imagine this is a competition that we're drawing for. I simply line the mouse up with generate, hit generate, and each time that I do that, as we can see, it's going to randomly find a number between that number range. Now, if we land on an unsold number, all I'm going to do is come through to back to RNG again. I'll line the mouse up again and keep clicking until we find our winners. We did have something like that, yeah. It did okay. There was like, basically, if you got a certain thing, you could choose, mix and match what you wanted from that. We've done it not quite a tiered system as well, where we did like a 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place prize, where like you had like a small like console bundle, then it was like you might have a handheld bundled with vouchers, and then the last one might have been like, I don't know, £1,500 cash or £500 cash or something. So we've done something similar, but we did do like a tier com once. But I think people, they kind of like just having the, you know, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd or whatever they've entered in for. So it's nice and clear, rather than sometimes when you start adding more. Think of a menu. The best way to think of it is, imagine you go to a new restaurant. You go to a new restaurant, and then the restaurant's menu is just literally just caked in choices. Caked in choices. Why don't you make a system where people have all items listed and they can pick cash out for an item for each one? Example, item or bite. We've already done that, Matthew. That's if we do that specific comp. And then the instant wins are clearly outlined. If you bag an instant win, it lets you know if there's a cash alternative or not on that as well. So, and then even then, it's still got to wait. So the thing is, the list was already there. So say we use this for an example. So when we did this, you give this to a customer, they would then be going away, oh, I want this, this, and this. And then sometimes the other thing you get, oh, actually, no, I will take this, and then I'll have cash for this. So yeah, it's so much easier to just strip that away. And if you want the bundle, it's there. If you want the cash, it's there. Much easier. Of course we will, Dan. Of course we will. Yeah, we'll go back to the big LTB. Yeah, we just give them a little break. But they're our something that we're known for as well. We're known for our PCs, I'd say, first and foremost. But yeah, we definitely well known for our legendary tech bundle. So you will see one of those on the site for like Christmas, New Year. 100%. No, it's fine. That's what we're here for. Like, if you've got questions to ask, by all means, chuck them in chat. That's what I mean. That's what this pre-live chat's for. It's about obviously educating you on how you can enter a competition and what's on the site, which I'll do a breakdown of what's ending today in a moment. But also, you know, it's that interactivity to have these conversations, and you can sort of get a feel for what we're about as well. Harry Potter. Gaza, that'd be awesome. I need the Lego, mate. There's some crazy odds on that Lego Lord of the Rings. 18 pence an entry. It's still under 50% sold. And here, F5s, check that. Still under 50% sold. Insane. We've not done a metal detector one, no. We've only had 2 people ask for it in the 5 years that we've been running, you know, like a tech competition site though. So, did we run one? No, I think someone who won a laptop, what was the name? It's an older gentleman, suggested it. But yeah, we haven't run one just yet. Naughty Alan. What were they? Did I read somewhere though they were like firing 6,000 people or something? Somewhere, or it was a few thousand people. Some from the original team as well. I think, if I'm honest, it's all marketing. It's to keep people talking about Rockstar and keep the algorithm there for people for when GTA 6 does release. That it'll be about. Laptops have been. been about 2 months, I think, because the last ones just didn't perform. So you'll see comps come and go, then they'll come back. We'll test it again. Oh, yeah, they probably could be that, Lisa. I didn't even think of that side of things. It would just be like just moaning about just one image on a website, wouldn't it? Really, like this. Me and Ray were laughing about this today, actually. Oh, I just whacked my tooth on the thing then. Yeah, they've been taken, Gaz. Yeah, we got laptop winners and stuff. Anyone else I missed? Were there any other questions? Oh, if you're in for that, if you only want the desk and chair, then you're gonna have to take the cash alternative and buy the desk and chair. Yeah, I did RNG, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, mate. Yeah, Harrison. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Oh, that employee chat's going to get leaked and sorted then, isn't it? I'm going to start seeing what they were talking about in that as well. Good mad. So chat, let's talk about then what is ending today. So basically everything under quest ending is closing at 6 PM. So you've got, what, a little now over 45 minutes to get involved in any of the competitions I'm about to go through. So we got the Wicked Instant Win competition, which the main prize is 5 grand tax-free cash. But not only that, not only that, you've got 4 chances still to find £5,000 tax-free cash instantly. There's some 2.5 grand cash. That honestly, just open up that competition, have a scroll through, and there are thousands of pounds worth of tech to still find and win instantly before that comp closes. So good luck with that one. But yeah, main prize on that is 5 grand cash. You got the Nintendo Switch 2 bundled with Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. There are still 5 instant win switches to find instantly as well, or £300 cash. Now, the more an instant win comp sells, the higher your chances are of bagging what's left, which is insane. That's approaching like 50% sold. We got the Chill Blast Cryo bundle, so the RTX 5060 portable PC essentially. So you get your keyboard, mouse, headphones, and then obviously that thing you can literally just pick up by the handle and away you go. You just need a little monitor to play on whilst you're traveling with it, if that's what you fancied. Do you ever do runners up for big comps on instant wins not going, or are they purely for ticket sales? Instant wins dropping on instant win. Just dropped a Switch 2 for Christian. We do. It depends on how well a competition performs. Now and again, we've done it where, for example, if the main prize is 5 grand, we've then done bonus cash, but it's not instant wins. That's just us adding more prizes in at the live draw. In terms of the instant wins, they're basically like a promotional extra that you got a chance to win instantly before the comp closes. So yeah, we wouldn't dive into what the instant win table and start trying to create runners up that way, or give away all of the instant wins, because that would be, well, business sense, it would be diabolical. So imagine you started giving away all the instant wins and it, you know, for free or whatever, or runners up when this competition is only what, 35-40% sold. Wouldn't be viable for that. But they're basically there to win whilst the competition's running, and then you've always got your main prize then, which in this case is 5 grand cash. I think it's wrong that I have to watch this Facebook generated subtitles and not one is typed live by Scott. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy what we have to rely on in the world. It's a comp that picks a winner every hour for 1 day. One day, 24 hour, 24 winners. Can auto draws do that? No, you'd have to have like an auto draw set up that would end on the hour every hour, and then that would also be more manual work for myself and Ray. win the Switch 2. We probably wouldn't call you as a Switch 2 winner on this anyway, Gaz. Reason being, so rule of thumb now when it comes to making phone calls is that if there's a big prize on the website and I give you a phone call for a Switch 2, but there's a $5,000 cash on there, that person could likely think that they've won £5,000 tax-free cash. So yeah, it's not what we do. If you've got a huge prize on there or a high-end PC or something, we tend to only ring one person. If there's prizes of a similar value, then yeah, we would do. But yeah, no, as I say, it's what we're here for, Carly. You can always ask the questions. It's not something we do all the time, but if a comp has performed quite well, sometimes we do chuck in extra prizes at the end. So myself and Ray, and we just decide that on the day. Either I've gone, Ray, I reckon we should do this, or I messaged him, or he'll message me, and then we decide like on the the actual evening, should we do X amount? Because we've done it before, like where we did a runner-up. I can't remember what the main prize was, but we're like, oh, we'll do two. I think the second prize we added them was £1,500 cash, and then we did a third prize of £500 cash, which wasn't listed in the competition. We just thought we'd do some extra because the comp did so well. It means then we can obviously pull those prizes out of the profit to make more winners on the evening. How we doing, Jace? You good? I spent 90 quid at my local display, only there 90 minutes, £9 for donuts. There's a hate crime. How many donuts, Gareth? Because that seems crazy. We've considered larger cash prizes, Matthew, but when people, the crazy thing is, right, is people, I don't know why, but we had 20 grand cash is the highest cash individual prize that we've done. We've obviously done cars and stuff which had a higher cash alternative than that, but people don't get involved. So the risk of doing 100k is in cash, I assume you mean. It's quite daunting, because if people aren't going to get involved in that competition, we're not going to be able to fund it, and that's a lot of money in terms of cash flow. To pay it, if people supported it and we could obviously have it there, fine. But yeah, that'd be and also is that Jan 1st ends December 31st? Do you mean it starts at January 1st? That, and then running a competition for a year, that's not in our MO. That would do that would do mine and Ray's head in. And there's only so much. So there's, what's the word I'm looking for? What's it called? I can't think what it's called. Basically, when people get tired of something, there's a term for it that my brain cannot connect with right now. Fatigue. So it's going to be a product fatigue that you'll be talking for that for an entire year and trying to promote it. One, it's going to cost silly money on Facebook ads and any other advertising we do. And two, just having it sort of on the site, people would just generally get bored. They're going to be like, oh, are they ever going to draw it? Are they ever going to draw it? And imagine you see, so people are used to logging on, they sign into the website, they see, right, closing at 6 p.m, closing, where's it? Closing Monday. Maybe you see a date that's on the 13th. Imagine seeing a date that's 365 days away. Nope. It's just not what myself and Ray are about in the team. We like competitions that are accessible, that you can win within a week or two. That sometimes, obviously, for the big comps like the Legendary Tech Bundles, I think the max we've ever run stuff for is like 4 weeks. I think we did we do 5 weeks on a car? I think, but even then it's like, yeah, we can probably imagine how passionate and open we are because we're having this conversation about this prize. But I think it's a crazy to run a comp for a year. No, I can't imagine it. No, and then like I say, you would get that fatigue advertising it, and people will be like, oh god, you will get that for a prize that runs for so long. I think when you run a competition for 4 weeks that has we include instant wins in that, you're getting a chance every day to win something. Obviously, we would probably have to set up the 100k cash with some form of instant wins in there. Of course you would. And then that obviously, yeah, just one headache after another. Destroys my soul a little when you hide the winner to call them, but Ray says it's sold. It's a new winner. Don't hide the name. What I do on the... What happens on the live draws, I've got like I can't really show you on here, like roughly here, there's an extra screen that's just a bit small. A bit small. And then you say hide the name. If you're watching the live draw, Devils, you can open the entry list and you can search the number for yourself so you can see who's won. So, yeah. 2 tickets for any winnable. Yeah, the thing is, like, that's a lot of tickets just for 100 grand. So, yeah, be crazy. So you can imagine, like, this is a 137,000 total prize pool, should we call it. So imagine like 100 grand is your main prize, plus then add in everything else on. I think Chrome would blow up, to be honest. Oh yeah, I like that though. I like we do try and do that because it's good then to catch somebody off guard. I like it. But yeah. 9+. So what have we done? We've gone through... Where did I get to? We got distracted again by questions. So I got to here. So what I'll send in chat, we got the Lord of the Rings Lego bundle or £950 cash. This is 18 pence to enter. Is just tweaked 50% sold. So over 50% sold. We've got the offensive forking cash multiplier, £400 main prize, but there are chances to win cash prize and stuff instantly as well. That's 10 pence an entry, and I say the main prize is 400 quid, so decent. 5 pence an entry for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, 256 gig version, or £950 cash, doing quite well, so thank you for getting involved in that one. Monitor doing quite well as well is the 1440p 165 hertz from AOC, 15 pence an entry. If you're a Warhammer fan, probably some of the best odds I've seen on the Space Marine stuff that we do. So it's the Space Marines bundle. Shame about the artwork. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's a forking travesty, isn't it? 50 pence an entry. Really, really good odds as that's under 30% sold. And then we've got the Comp City giveaway store credit, £100 to I could say £100 to enter, £100 to win for the site credit. It's only 25 pence to enter. As I say, that gives you £100 to spend on the website. Fucking lazy bar tools. Crazy. It's just mad. What's crazy to me is that when you scroll through the site, there is one image that is, we use the service that we pay for to generate the rest of the stuff. And essentially, Canva is a very, very, very uprated clip art. It's just a message to be like, bam, PC, bam, you can win a console, bam, you can win 400 quid, or some guy holding 2 fireworks, who knows. It's just there. It's just I'm still sniggering about it now, but yeah, apparently we're up our own asses for that. How we doing, Kiwi? What's up? Amanda, how we doing? It's been a while. I joined one of these competitions, but I couldn't resist the Lego bundle and switched to comps. Amanda, good luck. Mate, yeah, for AI generation, I thought that was cool. Cool as fudge. It was funny as hell. I do it for free. You guys save money in the premium package. On the premium package. Yeah, funny. Funny. Cars. We've toyed with the idea. If we were gonna do cars, they would be just generic, like accessible cars where the insurance and stuff would be good on them. But also in terms of vehicles, it depends on where we would keep them. Because there's, you know, potential that in the new year that we might sort of downsize a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. We wouldn't do the type of cars that we did. But Ray and I said if we ever brought them back, it would be like small cars, like you know, your Corsas or something, or stuff that's easy to insure and is more accessible and more, you know, not in screaming orange or a bright blue. You know. Yeah, Scott, you want a graphic designer? I can use Canva too. I didn't see that bit, Lisa. I saw your other one. But yeah, for us as a business, because we're all tech. We love cars ourselves. You know, the Comp City team love cars. Ray and Chris are huge petrol heads. But you know, when tech bundles and tech are generally more profitable as a business, it makes more sense to, you know, stick with what we know. Stick to the formula. So chat, this is time's getting on a bit now. We've been chatting for a while, so what I'm going to do is this is the part of the I'm going to get my lungs warmed up. Cars brought a lot of new customers in. That's one thing we did notice. It did bring a lot of customers in, but those customers would dip off as and when anyway. The same way. So chat, this is the part of the pre-live that I like to call it's the final breakdown. So we have, let's hit F5. Everything I'm about to go through, just in case you're just joining the stream now, because some of you are joining a little bit late, which is fine. Everything under quest ending is closing at 6 p.m. with or without you. Now, like I say, every single prize has a guaranteed draw. There are no rollovers, no extensions. So if that yellow bar is pretty small, it is still going to end, and we will still draw a winner from 7 p.m. So we got the 137k Wicked Instant Wins comp that's coming to a close. There are still 4 chances to find 5 grand instantly before that comp closes in the next and just over half hour. Main prize, however, is £5,000 tax-free cash. So if you're in that competition, you've got a chance to win 5 grand this evening. We got the Nintendo Switch 2 bundle, which is bundled with Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, but also still chances to win Switch 2s instantly or £300 cash. It's 25p to enter. There's the Chill Blast Cryo, basically I'm going to call it the carry case bundle, because you can literally take this anywhere. 10 pence to enter, is a little under 50% sold, so really good odds as well. I thought when I saw Van Comp, I was like, Yeah, to be fair, we have an ex-British gas fan, because we've decided to two careful owners, I like that. We've decided to get like essentially a 4x4, more comfortable for any deliveries and stuff that we want to do. But yeah, if you want to see a ex-British gas van that is going to be blue, because we'll remove all the decals off it. Once you see some tools in there, and you see that on the website. Well, could do. We have the Lord of the Rings Lego bundle on 950 quid. 18 pence an entry, just around that 50% sold mark. So the odds for the oh, for crying out loud. 18 pence an entry. We've also then got the Falcon Cash multiplayer, so £400 tax-free cash is the main prize. Still chances to win £100 cash as well, just by entering this competition. So there's loads of £100 instant wins on there as well. Got the 5p to enter, iPhone 17 Pro Max, 256 gig version, or 950 quid cash, just 5p to enter. Are doing Bulge, you good? We good. We've then got the AOC. It's 165 Hz 1440p gaming monitor, 15 pence an entry. The Warhammer, like I say, probably some of the best odds we've seen with Warhammer, because a lot of our stuff when we do Warhammer gets close to selling out. But the Warhammer bundle, or £100 cash, is 50 pence to enter, not even 30% sold, so really good odds. And then we got the £100 Comp City store credit, which is 25p to play, and that'll give you £100 to spend on the website, or pop £100 into your wallet. The luck we have with them, just shy of unbelievable. Like Bonnie Blues van, but less mileage. Yes, Ford Transit Custom. 2018 plate. Ex-British gas van, basically. No, Gareth, we're very unlikely to ever go with an app, because most apps, I'd say 95% of the apps that you see for competitors, it's just a web browser. That's all it is. That gives you access to be able to ping stuff towards it as a thing. So because we've got Discord, Facebook, obviously emails and texts, app is probably not a viable option for us unless there was a competitive proper app that you could get. But I think that's just too many chances, too many like avenues for people then, especially when if you're like part of our marketing and you're in Discord and you're in Facebook and then you're getting notified on the app, notified on, again, I was talking about fatigue earlier, you're getting notified in several destinations of whatever you're in depending on your preferences. Yeah, it's probably not going to be fun doing an app either. I hear the boot room matches the owner. I'm a little bit tighter now. Wait, okay. We all have a history. Chat, I've gone through everything that is ending. I've gone through how you can enter competitions and described who we are, who I am, etc. What I'm going to do now is give you the chance to bag some store credits. So this is the spinning wheel on the pre-live. All I need from you, chat, is a number between 1 and 75. I don't want any swapping or changing of numbers. Just one number per person between 1 and 75. I'll spin the wheel 5 times, and if we find a winner, that's £10 store credit. If you share your number with someone else, I'll split the store credit between you. But also, I'll give you a chance to, potentially increase that with a game of higher or lower, which I'll explain that if we decide to go down that road. How are we doing, Grace? Yeah, pretty much the end of the stream now. Just doing this. It's only for my ADHD brain. I forget to close tab and currently have 27 ComCity tabs on my phone. Well, close the tabs, Gareth. Do you know what? I think because of my ADHD brain, I regularly go into the tabs on my mobile device. So I got an S24, and I'm constantly closing them. I make sure that they're clear. Make sure they're clear. Yeah, loads of tabs on the phone fry me, so I'm constantly closing them. I'm also one of them that on obviously an Android device, I think iPhone have finally caught up, is where you can hit the little bin icon and it closes all of your apps. I don't like loads of apps open either on the phone. I'm constantly doing that. Right, chat, let's start spinning the wheel, shall we? Spin the wheel. Oh, I'm not that bad, Lisa, because some of where I'm part of like old Discord servers, like, yeah, I do have, like, there's one I've got that has 518, one has 113. Yeah, I'm not that bad because that would annoy me. 35. Was that they're still not closed. When I have my energy burst and clean the whole house, that's when everything gets a spring clean, including your apps. Just remind me, that's what I need to do now. Where I was emptying the van, there was some camping stuff in there, so like that's all in my hallway at the moment. I've not had a chance to get it sorted. Right, okay, do we have 35 in chat? Where did it start? Started with Lisa with 13. Nobody with 35. Okay. Hang on. Hang on, someone saying? Did I see it? Did I? Load of stuff in here. Oh, she did. She did. Amanda, congratulations. It was like blended in with Wayne's artwork stuff. So just, yeah. Amanda, yeah, boosh, first spin. So you've bagged yourself a £10 store credit, but Amanda, if you want to, you can play a game of higher or lower. So basically, I'll explain the rules as I'm shuffling. So you can either stick with £10 store credit, but if you want to, you can play a game of higher or lower. So as you can see, I'm shuffling the deck of cards. What I can do is I will show you the top cards, and then if you want to play this, you don't have to. You say higher or lower. If you win, you walk away with a £15 store credit. If you lose, you walk away with a £5. However, I've also left the jokers in the deck, and if I show a joker to you as we're playing, I'll chuck in an extra £5 for you anyway. So you've got the potential to win 20 quid, basically. So did you want to play a game of higher or lower, or are you sticking with £10 store credit, Amanda? Choice is yours. No expense spared Sports Direct cards. My partner chose 25. Good job I don't listen to him. See you at 7, Julie. Peace out, hey town. Yeah, what do you want to do, Amanda? Sticking with a tenner, or do you want to play higher or lower? Anything else I missed in chat whilst we're waiting? No, we're good. Peace out. Is Amanda still there? Okay, it's my first ever win. Amanda, no worries. That is absolutely your choice. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. I don't know if that came through the mic or not. Stop playing with my traits, your biche. Amanda, if you can do me a favor then, if you can drop us a message to the business page on Facebook or Instagram, and just send me the email. It's a link to your account on the website. That'll allow me to track you down then on our site, and I can update your wallet with £10 store credit. And then you can use it either in the basket with the wallet, or you can check out using the wallet function once you've got, you know, your £10 in there. Whoa! Driving in me car. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see here. Whoa. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave your chat. Amanda, drop us a message on the business page and we'll get that sorted for you. I'm going to actually feed Carter myself because I'm starting to get quite hungry. So I'm going to probably have an omelette du fromage. Maybe. Have I got time? Maybe just scrambled egg, actually, looking at the time, because I'll have to come back up to get the entry list sorted. But other than that, I love you and leave you. And for those of you that are entering for tonight's competitions, huge good luck. And we'll see you from 7 PM. Have I lost the plot, Gaz? I've got someone in chat that's making me go just read it out and my brain goes bing bong. Right, love you, leave you, see you in a wee bit.